So, my name's Kong, and I'm a lizard from outer space with a gorilla god. And that was the religion that I created when I was 7 years old. Because I was caught between Judaism and Christianity, and they were both. They were just confusing. And then somewhere along the lines, well, around that age, I found out my father was diagnosed with a terminal illness. And I needed to sort of deal with that pain in some way. And there was two ways, and one was which I saw this gorilla and I fell in love with it. And it was like a guide to me, like symbolized a lot of what I needed. And then the other thing was I found music. And music was the way that I dealt with a lot of that pain and really put it somewhere. And so for me, since the very beginning, music has been spiritual. And I believe all music is spiritual because it comes from the soul. And so, you know, that's what Kongregation, kind of where it all started. I wasn't named Kong. I didn't give myself the name Kong. Someone named me. And I didn't even come up with the name Kongregation. Somebody said it one day. Like, your music is spiritual, man. Kongregation. So I've adopted those things that have been given to me. And I think that a lot of us as musicians, like Hilaire, and you know, we embody that, and we take what's given to us in the universe and turn it into something. So, on that note, let's give it up for our next artist, Ron Beem, aka The Gatsby Affair. Okay, cool. Well, he's got a pedal board, right? He's got another guitar player, friend of his, who's also an amazing artist. Rodney, what's his last name?
Thurman.
Rodney Thurman, great singer, great artist, is going to come up and accompany Ron tonight.
Shoot the shit.
Yeah, we can do that. We can give him a couple seconds. Ron is a great dude. He's got a massive heart, and he loves a lot, and that's one of the things I really know about him. And The Gatsby Affair is his artist project. And The Gatsby Affair is kind of like his love affair with pop rock music, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, which is beautiful, and I'm, you know, like the 90s essence of the early 2000s, which I'm a 90s kid myself, and he just makes this really awesome music that's really powerful and soulful. And it just encapsulates that world to me in a lot of ways, but also feels very new and fresh. Yes, it's the best. It's the best. Third Eye Blind for life. Got my tattoo right here. I'm just kidding. I mean, they're great. But anyway, Ron, you know, as we do in Kongregation, we talk to each artist about their spiritual journey, and we've talked about this before, but typically when Ron and I have had these conversations, it's like 3 in the morning at my old house.
Yeah.
So they're like really, really deep. So we're not going to go that deep until the after party. So you're welcome to come. It's at Ron's house. Anyway, so Ron, you know, if you could tell the congregation here tonight, what's your spiritual journey? Where did it start? Who are you today?
The best part is so far is to have my dad in the room with me here. This is
Ow!
great.
Give it up for Dad.
Fuck yeah, Dad. God damn it. Yeah, it all started in the early days. So this was really cool that like I finally have an opportunity personally to be on stage to share, have a moment to actually express what it was like being a Jehovah's Witness for 16 years, and but in a way where, you know, we're brought into this world, and you know, our parents. It's a rough time all through the years, and we've seen so many different things. But living all over the country, and like using the back of the Trans World skateboard mags, like to hit every skate park in the way, just to really, you know, I was very deep in the surf and skate scene for Ventura, and we always ended up back in Ventura, California. But I came out here when I was 16, moved in with Dad. We lived in a hostel right on Santa Monica and Vine, and I finished at Hollywood High, and I just like started my life out here playing acoustic shows at the Bliss Cafe just up the street, around the corner, you know, early days, and just living off Del Taco and Jack in the Box, and I mean the fucking best, you know.
Hell yeah.
You know, and just stumbling out of swingers on Beverly, you know, just the early days. God damn it, yeah. Like the old Thai Angel after parties from like Cinespace and like Club Moscow.
This is your spirituality, right here.
With,
That's where we get spirit. We get real spiritual.
But basically, taking this journey and through putting myself through hell, and we've all had some shares of like serious legal issues and all that. But it's just been awesome to finally get past all that. Like finally having a moment of clarity and moving on and just forgiving oneself and forgiving everyone around you and just like letting go of like all that pressure and that weight. Like it's time to just let go. Like you look in the mirror and you're like, I've got so much more time, you know, and you start to remove all the toxicity and you realize the palette of amazing people you have in front of you, you know, those who like party or those who don't. It's all, and we're all, you know, it's all within all the industry gigs and events and everything, especially service industry and bartenders are in the house, you know, like all through we've met so much, you know, incredible talent and storytellers, and you know, some go, some stay, and I just feel I'm really glad to kick off this year like completely fresh. Like,
I'm glad we're kicking off this event
fresh.
tonight with you here.
And
as
Miguel,
well.
You know, as it was an honor, you know, when we first met with this other metal band I was singing for, just to meet him, and then leading to you, and it's just this path, you know, of just being around better people. Is my boy Rodney right here? Get up for Rodney.
Yeah. Oh,
so there were like 8 of us wearing. There were like 8 of us wearing leopard shirts in here.
You can totally be anyway. But dude, thank you for sharing all of that. And you know, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like to be, you know, a Jehovah's Witness, and then, like you said, and then to kind of step out of that. And so, I guess, you know, before we jump into your music, I'm just, you know, wondering like how you would define your spirituality now, and how it makes its way like into your music.
You know, it's no matter.
I feel it from you.
No matter how you're retained everything you've been taught, or have no clue what like that section of the world that is, you know, from the spiritual standpoint, and churches and non-denominationals and all that shit. It's how you take all of that and it's how you embrace your gut feeling and that's where you find your calling, and that's where you dictate your yeses and your nos and your pros and your cons, and just it's all about just giving back and just being better to people, and like saying and just forgiving.
I think we can all agree with that.
Finally just letting go. Like it's exhausting. Like I'm over it. It's just better to just you know, just not be negative. Like embrace every single thing that might need critique or criticism. It's just like, you know what, that's your path, that's what you do. Who am I? I'm starting over. Like I'm learning everything as it comes now, like embracing it and letting go of like all the bad things that for some reason you just hold on to it because that's all you really know, and it's too exhausting when you're perpetually hungover, you know, or like
you said it though, man. You said it. It's letting go. And I think that, I mean, I've done a lot of that this year. Just letting go and just be your damn self. Everybody in this room, let go right now. You ready to let go? 3, 2, 1.
Let go.
Yes.
But,
I can feel that, like peacefulness even. Like it's funny, we do it and we're like, oh, haha, yeah, let's let go. But then we actually feel something too from that. You know, I feel that. So, I love you, bro.
Likewise, brother.
And I'm so excited to hear you perform. Give it up for Ron Beem, everybody.
So this song's called
and Rodney Thurman. Rodney Thurman.
Merman.